Hello, I'm Alexandra and welcome back to my channel. I have changed a bit my background, well not really, my shelves are still the same, but I moved the couch. It was in front, like on the other wall, but then I moved it back here. Today's video is about all the books I own but I haven't read yet. I counted, I have 48, which is not that bad. I used to have around 100 unread books on my shelves at all time, but I've been focusing on reading them, so I'm gonna talk quickly about them. I put them into categories, so fantasy, romance, historical romance, contemporary romance, a bunch of other things, and also thrillers. So I'm gonna start with this big pile here, which is fantasy. So I've been reading a lot of fantasy over the years, but sometimes it just doesn't work for me, but I know what I like, so we'll see. We'll start with Brandon Sanderson. So I would say I've read most of Brandon Sanderson's work over the years. There's not a lot left for me to read, but I do have The Lost Metal, which is the Wax and Wayne series, book 4. It's part of the Mistborn world, but this series is not working that well for me, but I'm still gonna read it eventually because I want to. I'm trying to read series that I've started so I can finish them. So eventually I will get to that book. Then I bought Legions, The Many Lives of Stephen Leeds. I think it's part of a series and I have read nothing in that series, but I found it for like $5 at Indigo. Who am I to say no to this? Then I have something that is a work in progress. So I have started the Wheel of Time series. I'm gonna mention it. I'm currently reading book 2, so I do own book 3 called The Dragon Reborn. This is by Robert Jordan. It's kind of classic, but he passed away before he had time to finish this series. So Brandon Sanderson has written, I don't know how many, I don't know. But I do own book 12 and book 14. So book 12 is called The Gathering Storm. And I have book 14 called A Memory of Light. I bought those books because one of my main goals of last year was to read all the Brandon Sanderson's books. Turns out it was not a good idea because his books are thick and sometimes very hard to read, so I did not finish it, but I do own them. So eventually, if it goes well with the Wheel of Time series, I will get to book 12, 13, 14, or in whatever, how many books there are, I don't know. Then I got a book by Carissa Broadbent. I have read 2 books by her. They are fantasy and I enjoyed them. I'm trying to take off a sticker and it's not working. Anyways, I found this book for very cheap. It's called Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. Anyways, it's part of A Crown of Nyaxia. This is a standalone, so it can be read as a standalone, but I've read 2 books from that series, so I kind of know everything. The thing is, the second book I've read was not that good, so I'm kind of scared, but it was cheap, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, hardcover, I think I paid less than $10, so it's a steal, but we'll see if I read it eventually. Now on to series I have started but not finished is An Amber in the Ashes. I've read the first 2 books, so Amber in the Ashes and Torch Against the Night. I'm now on book 3, which I do not own, A Reaper at the Gates, and this is, I believe, book 4, so A Sky Beyond the Storm. The reason I bought it again is because I bought on Book Outlet this book, and other books, and it was very cheap, and I did enjoy the first 2 books, so we'll see if I enjoy book 3 and then book 4. I bought this recently. It's called The Saint of Bright Doors by Vajra Chandra Sekera. I've seen there are very good reviews about that book. As you can see, bought it at Indigo for very cheap. We'll see. I have no clue what this is about, but it was on sale. Then I bought this with a gift card that I had. It's called The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Arlington. I've seen many people talk about it and review this and enjoyed it very much. So we'll see. It's a thick book. It's kind of scary, but I will get around this book. I'm excited to read it because I've had so many good comments. The books fell on me. Anyways, it's just the beginning. Then I have 2 books by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I have The Crown of Gilded Bones. I don't know where it is in the series, but that's the book I'm at. It's in a Blood and Ash novel. I believe I've read 2 or 3 books. I'm not sure if it's the 3rd or 4th book, but anyways, I'm very excited to be reading this. I really enjoyed the first 2 books. And then I have another book in that series called The War of Two Queens. Look, it's so nice. It's very nice. I have no clue where it stands in the series, but eventually I will get around to reading that. And that's it for the fantasy. Fantasy books are big, scary, but so good and so worth it. I'm just gonna put the books on the floor so that way they don't fall on me. I'm also watching the final of the World Cup at the same time. That's why I keep looking that way. I really want Spain to win. It's 0-0. It's almost the end of like the 90 minutes. We'll see. Anyways, let's go back to books. I have romance. I used to read a lot of romance. I still do, but usually I read more dark romance, kind of mafia books this year. So I usually read them on my Kindle, but I need to read my physical books. Oh, there's another romance there. I have 2 piles of romance apparently. Okay. Well, we'll start with these. Country Secrets by Fiona Walker. Bought this at Indigo. Again, for how much? $3.33. No clue what it is about, but very cheap. Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Lies. I think I also bought this. Yeah, $3.34. It was $3 for $10, but what is the other book? First Base. This one. First Base by Ali Weigand. $3 for $10. Very much worth it. We'll see if I actually enjoyed those books. Maybe I should do a reading vlog. Reading those 3 books. Who knows? An F1 book called Lights Out by Jenny Fletcher. I've read one F1 romance that I really enjoyed. Then tried reading a second one. I haven't finished and it's been over a year. So kind of scared with that book. Then Nicholas Sparks. I've read almost all the Nicholas Sparks books. I believe I have 3 or 4 that I do not own. Well, no, maybe 1 or 2 that I still haven't bought, but it's because I'm trying to get them on sale. Anyways, I have the last book he published, so Remain, Nicholas Sparks with Mr. Night Shyamalan, a supernatural love story. We'll see if I enjoy this. It's the first time he has written something supernatural or whatever. Then I have 3 Weeks with My Brother that he co-wrote with his brother called Mika Sparks. And I believe this is a non-fiction. We'll see. Anyways, about it because I do want to own all Nicholas Sparks books. Then Laurie Foster, which is a contemporary romance writer too, and I really love her work. I've been slowly but surely buying all of her books. They are also cheap. I have Let Me Be the One, The Honeymoon Cottage, and Trace of Fever. This is one of her older books and usually they work better for me, so very excited to read that one. Let's keep on romance. Rachel Reed, the writer of Heated Rivalry. I've read the first 3 books. This is book 4, 5, and 6. I don't know the order. Anyways, I have Common Goal, Role Model, and The Long Game. This is Shane and Ilya later in life. We'll see. But so far, Tough Guy, the 3rd book, was the best book of the series. Then I have categorized these books as romance, but they're like, I don't know, cozy, contemporary fiction. Anyways, they are the Virgin River books. If you haven't seen the TV show, I recommend, but it's very different from the series. I've read book 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm now at book 5 called Second Chance Pass. I also own book 6 called Temptation Ridge, and book 7, Paradise Valley, and there are other books too, but let's start by reading what I own before I actually buy the full series. Yeah, well, almost there. Okay, I have historical romance. I used to read a lot. I own a lot. Yeah, and they are so good, so quick to read too. I have Lisa Kleypas, I've read a lot by her. I have Marrying Winterborn, and I have Hello Strangers. They're part of the same series, but I usually don't read them in order because they can be read as stand-alone. All the books by Lisa Kleypas. Actually, all the historical romance. You don't need to read the full series. I also have What I Did for a Duke by Julie Ann Long. I have not read anything by her, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe I should do a reading vlog of going back to historical romance because I know I enjoy it. Then I have Lindsay Sands, Highland Wolf. This is also historical romance, but she mostly focuses on the Scottish. So that's another thing. Very nice. Okay, thrillers now. Oh boy, I don't read a lot of thrillers, but I do sometimes. I actually really like Greg Iles, and yeah, he's dead now, which is very sad, but I do own most of his works, so I still have to read Sleep No More. Saturn Man. This is, I believe, the last book he has published. It's the only one I bought new. Then I have True Evil and Turning Angel. His books are very long, but so worth it. They're amazing. It's like political thrillers, and they all focuses on the same towns. Books on the floor. It's okay. Then I have a Louise Penny book, Glass Houses. I've read most of her books, but this is the last one I will read because I cannot do it anymore. I think the last two I DNF'd them. It's kind of sad because she lives in Quebec and live in Quebec, but it doesn't work anymore. Doesn't work. Then I have just contemporary fiction and other things. Okay, I have a Christine Hanna book, which I do own most of the books she has published, even her older ones. She used to write historical romance. I've read them. I own them. Anyways, now I have Mystic Lake. I love reading Christine Hanna. She's so good, but she makes me cry every time. Then I bought Marking Time by Elizabeth Jane Howard. It's the Cazalet Chronicles Volume 2. I do not own Volume 1, but I've seen this on YouTube, BookTube, and people seem to really like them, so I will get my hands on book 1 so I can read book 2. Then I have Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. I was trying to read the last 30 winners of the Booker Prize, so I bought this because it has won the Booker Prize in 2019. So I will get around this eventually. I need to... Sorry. Then I have A Little Life by Anya Yanagiara. I'm late, but I want to read this eventually. I'm kind of scared of not liking it because there's too many people liking it, and usually when that happens I don't like the book. We'll see. Anyways, now classics. I'm currently reading my way through Anne of Green Gables. There's 8 books. I'm in the middle of book 3, so I have book 4 through 8. I don't know if they're in order. Where can I see the order? Oh, okay. Okay. I have Anne of Windy Poplars. Anne's House of Dreams. This is so nice, blue. Anne of Ingleside. Rainbow Valley. And Rilla of Ingleside. But yeah, the goal is to read them all this year. It comes in this little box, which is very nice with all the books. Okay. Now I just bought this collection, Daphne du Maurier. I have never read anything by her. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So in this book, in this box, you have Rebecca, the King's General, Jamaica Inn, and My Cousin Rachel. If you have read Daphne du Maurier before, please tell me which one I should start with because I don't know where to start. I think I'm gonna do a reading vlog where I read these classics because I've read a lot of classics in my time, so I don't know what to read anymore, but this, I need to read more women, classics by women. Anyways, 48 Unread books. I will get to reading them all eventually. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon, very soon, in another video. Bye.